Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable guests, respected members of our OEMs, our foreign delegates, people from the association, friends of industries, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome and assalamu alaikum. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the Pakistan Auto Parts Show 2023. It is an honor to stand before you today as your host in this auto show. This gathering today acts as a testament of the resilience and determination that our industry has shown despite the challenges that we all have faced. It is heartening to see all of you here showcasing your expertise, your innovation, and your commitment to the industry. This is the time when we all need to come together for the prosperous nation and prosperous industry. Let us begin today's proceedings. मेरी इंतहाई निगारिश यही है कि तेरे नाम से इब्तिदा कर रहा हूँ. I would now request Mr. Fahad to come aboard to say a few verses of Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah, Mr. Fahad. May I now request everyone to rise for the national anthem of Pakistan? Thank you, everyone. This year's Pakistan Auto Parts Show is unique in itself. To tell you more, the uniqueness about this show, I would like to invite the convener PAPS, Mr. Zain Sharik, to deliver the welcoming address.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. I think if anybody deserves an applause, it's the participants and the sponsors for this show, because the resilience and the forward thinking and the fighting spirit shown by the exhibitors in this show is something that really needs to be appreciated. Because, yes, give yourself a big hand. इस शो का पूरा सक्सेस ही जो है वो इंडस्ट्री और एक फॉरवर्ड थिंकिंग स्पिरिट की वजह से है. एंड आई वुड रियली लाइक टू अप्रिशिएट द स्पॉन्सर्स होंडा एंड क्राउन एंड साइटेक एंड अदर्स एंड आवर चाइनीज पार्टनर्स. एंड आई वुड ऑल्सो लाइक टू थैंक द representatives from Iran and Indonesia and Japan for supporting the show, showing interest, and working towards a business and international community liaison in Pakistan. तो ये जो forward thinking approach है, इसी के basis पे this show is being created, and the main theme now is to synergize Pakistan. I genuinely believe कि जिस caliber की companies, technology owners जो इस show में present हैं, अगर वो आपस में ही synergize करें, तो पाकिस्तान can create so many products जो हम आपस में अपनी अपनी टेक्नोलॉजीज़ को इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं. एंड इंटरेस्टिंगली, बिकॉज द टाइम्स हैव बीन चैलेंजिंग, द कंपनीज विच हैव डिसाइडेड टू पार्टिसिपेट एंड हु आर बीइंग प्रोएक्टिव, दे आर ऑलरेडी एट द टॉप ऑफ देयर गेम. तो एक तरह से क्रीम ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री जो है ना वो कलेक्ट हो गई है जस्ट बाय द सर्कमस्टांसेस. एंड आई जेन्युइनली अप्रिशिएट द सपोर्ट, एंड आई कैनॉट थैंक यू ऑल इनफ, because again, without you this show would not have been possible. So thank you very much, and enjoy the show.
Thank you, Mr. Zain. Definitely, the synergizing theme has a lot of opportunities for the entire vending industry of Pakistan. May I now request the Chairman PAAPAM, Mr. Abdul Rahman Azaz, to say a few words.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all the participants. Today I will touch base about the state of auto industry, auto manufacturing industry in Pakistan. Since long, auto industry in Pakistan is engulfed in haze. Every stakeholder defines the potential and utility of the industry based on their own vested interests. Assemblers or the manufacturers, OEMs, instead of going for sustainable long-term growth for the industry. Similarly, auto importers emphasizes that there is no need for having an auto industry in Pakistan, and we should follow the path of oil-rich Gulf countries, and all the vehicles should be imported in Pakistan, and there is no need for industry here. Government often consider the industry as a drain on foreign exchange, but at the same time treat the industry as a cash cow by collecting huge taxes. By the way, for the information of this August gathering, तकरीबन एक गाड़ी पे 40 से 42% टैक्सेस गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान कलेक्ट करती है. इसका मतलब यह है कि जब गाड़ी की कीमत बढ़ती है तो सबसे बड़ी बेनिफिशरी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान होती है, जो 40% एक गाड़ी की प्राइस का कलेक्ट करती है. बाकी 60% के अंदर सारे पुर्दाजात, OEMs के प्रॉफिट, वेंडर्स के प्रॉफिट, सारी बिजली, गैस, पानी, ओवरहेड्स, रॉ मटेरियल, वो सारे के सारे 60% के अंदर होते हैं. There is another myth surrounding the industry, and that myth is that people often consider that the industry is all about cars and SUVs, which is not true at all. There are other sectors, very thriving sectors like motorcycles, three-wheelers and tractors, where but this industry is doing a tremendous job of import substitution. I was just doing the back of the envelope working, and the foreign exchange saved only by the motorcycle industry is on the north side of 1.5 billion US dollar per annum. So if not, this industry is not very thriving in export, but doing a wonderful job by doing import substitution. For tractors and motorcycles, we are world competitive in terms of value provided to the customer. The reason for that competitiveness is localization achieved in these sectors. Pakistan manufactures 90 to 95% of motorcycle and tractor parts, creating jobs in millions and contribute heavily in GDP of the country, paying more than due share of taxes for the country. Complex and critical components of motorcycles are manufactured in Pakistan under technical assistance of Japanese companies. For this, we are very thankful to the major Japanese companies and Japan as a country to provide the technology and assistance in manufacturing these complex components. Similarly, for the tractors, we appreciate the far-sightedness of the tractor assemblers and manufacturers like Miller Tractors and Al-Ghazi Tractors to get almost all the tractors developed in the country. This has resulted in good price benefit to the customer and giving a very supportive hand to the farm community of Pakistan. In passenger cars and LUV segment is often framed by the media and by certain lobbies as the problem child. But this is a false impression. Companies like Toyota, Honda, Suzuki, Kia, Hyundai, they are not assemblers. They are the designers, manufacturers, and then the assemblers of the vehicle. This is the normal way of operating in automobile industry, that there is a custodian of the vehicle, and it gets developed their parts by many other companies and then assembles according to their design and drawings. In Pakistan, there are about 300 companies manufacturing thousands of components for these OEMs, generating employment and contributing heavily in the industrial output of the country. In the car segment, majority of the components, low-tech components and few high-tech components are localized. It doesn't mean that localization goal is anywhere near completion, like in motorcycle and in tractors. But there are reasons for not having the high-tech component localized. We can discuss these reasons and have discussed those reasons time and again, but there is a minimum threshold of at least 500,000 or 500,000 vehicles when the economies of scale will allow the localization and of high-tech components, and there will be justification and feasibility of investments. So low volumes and certain non-tariff barriers, reluctance in transfer of technology by international companies, etc., are hindering the localization process. Here we request the companies in Japan who are making complex and high-tech components to please consider transferring the technology to Pakistan. And in that case, we think that a tripartite arrangement between the Japanese OEM or any OEM or from any other country and the manufacturer of that component in the parent company and a Pakistani company arrangement, equity sharing by these three companies could be a good way to move forward and get these components developed in Pakistan. Pakistan is a market of 240 million people. We are the fifth most populous country in the world. The ratio of, or you can say per capita car consumption in Pakistan is still very, very low. Even if we compare it with regional countries and underdeveloped countries like Indonesia, Thailand, India, countries like that, we have a very low per capita consumption of car. So potential is there, but the issue which always hinders the progress of auto industry is not, normally it is not what you can say the fault of auto industry. It is the macroeconomic situation of the country, which in the past 20 years get deteriorated every now and then, mostly by devaluation of the currency and then unending inflation cycle, and the investment feasibilities are not there. We hope that now we are seeing early signs of recovery in economy, and believe that this will spill over to auto industry as well, but it's a long way to go, and we hope that it would be not too late for the industry to recover and survive. In the end, I would like to congratulate the team, PAPS team, who organized this show, Mr. Zain Sharek, Anas here, Sash Shirani, and Shariar Kadir, and many, many other PAPAM staff and MC members who worked very hard to make this show a reality. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul Rahman Azaz, for your appreciation. But as I said earlier, it is our honor to host this show and guest you all. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Rahman, as well, for sharing your insights and giving us a holistic approach for the entire industry. Moving on, I would now like to request Mr. Raziur Rahman from Honda Group to say a few words.
नहमदुहु नसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम अम्मा बाद औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अस्सलामु अलैकुम। मुझे अपने बहुत से पुराने साथी, दोस्त और जिन बहुत अरसा जिनके साथ गुजारा नज़र आ रहे हैं, बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है कि इतने पुराने साथी इकट्ठे हुए हैं। मैं भी जब सुबह आया तो बात हुई कि शायद इस दफ़ा हमारे उस तरह कोई चीफ़ गेस्ट नहीं आ रहे, तो मेरा पहला रिएक्शन ये था कि यार ये बहुत बेहतर ही हो गया, क्योंकि जो मैं पिछले सालों का तजर्बा है, ऐसे ऐसे चीफ़ गेस्टों से मुलाकात हुई है जो शायद ऑटो इंडस्ट्री को बड़े एक अलग नज़र से ही देखते हैं और हमें एक लंबा सा लेक्चर दे के चले जाते थे। हमारे मसाइल की सुनवाई तो कोई नहीं होती थी, मज़ीद डिप्रेशन ही तैयारी होती थी। तो मैं आप लोगों को मुबारकबाद देता हूँ जो मैंने आके अभी यहाँ पे पार्टिसिपेशन देखी है, बड़ी भरपूर पार्टिसिपेशन है। एंड मैं माज़रत चाहता हूँ, सॉरी हमारे कुछ यहाँ पे गैर मुल्की दोस्त भी बैठे हैं, मैं तो अपनी ज़बान में कंफर्टेबल हूँ। आई एम सॉरी, आई थिंक आई नीड टू से समथिंग इन इंग्लिश ऑल्सो। सो दिस इज़ अ वेरी गुड शो व्हाट आई हैव सीन टुडे। Taking this opportunity, taking this occasion as an opportunity, I would like to say that Atlas Group and PAPAM have always gone together very solidly and in a big way. Whatever the circumstances, whatever the market, we make it a point that our vendor base and so is our dealership base, our business partners as a whole, they remain intact. They have a fair share of whatever Atlas earns. In the last or if we share the data of only 5 years, last 5 years, that is from 2019 to 2023, we purchased parts for a value of rupees 27 billion from the vending industry in 2019. And this figure was 58 billion in the year 2023. This is only for Atlas Honda. Only Atlas Honda. Our car has another similar figure, and our part-making companies. We are incidentally the biggest part maker in Pakistan also. We ourselves are vendors. They also purchase parts from the vending industry. So we are not supporting vending industry only as a figure of speech. We are doing it through our actions also. This industry was, PAPAM was when it was formed. Our chairman, late Mr. Yusuf Shirazi, was one of the founding members of that time, was the founding contributors of that time, not members, but he supported that activity. Sohail PMS Saab was the founding chairman probably at that time. Am I right, sir? So, may I take a few minutes to say a few words about the current situation we are in. Please let me say that if in this point in time, the OEMs go down, vending industry itself may not be able to survive. Am I right in this saying that? Do you feel the same way or no? The current situation is that we are in problem. As an industry, we are in problem. Not motorcycle sector, not tractor, all over everybody. This problem is because of the policy direction. We need to be on the same page on this issue. There can be no policy where the OEM suffer and the vending industry prospers. We are like this. We are like one. If we try to pursue a policy direction that is perceived to benefit a certain part of the industry while the other suffers, this is not a solution. It has never been. We have been trying to force localization. Sorry, this is not a subject that everybody likes to hear about, but this is an occasion that I want to talk only for a few minutes. I will leave a few thoughts with you. You can think about it and we can discuss whenever you want to. The policy direction of forced localization has not paid off. We have been trying it for so many years now, from deletion to TBS tariff-based system and to this day. In the same spirit, the book has come out, State Bank Governor, he has written the policy initiatives. Book is about policy initiatives and how the three countries have developed, India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. The policy direction which Pakistan has taken has resulted in stagnation, and any way we want to see it, this is not progress. In the same time frame, in lesser time frame, India, since 1990, they have taken a different policy direction, and today they are the 6th largest exporters of cars. In motorcycles, we are number 1, and now this year are number 2. China overtakes them, and then they overtake them. What has been the difference? Just one point. I don't have so much time. Short. From 60% duty on part import, they are now at 12.5%. Pakistan continues to have a tariff rate of 35%, and we are pushing it through 693 to raise it to above 43%. So, do you think new models will come in? We will have models that we can export? I don't think so. Not in my experience with the industry. This is not the way to go. Different countries have proven it. You have to bring down tariffs, you have to support manufacturing. You cannot force localization, you can promote it. There's a difference. That difference has to be felt. If our business goes down, vending industry cannot survive. We are partners here. So this thing has to be shared. In India, there is only 3 types of import. 10% is for CKD. Then they have semi-knockdown. It is on 30%. And then this is the CBU. Only 3 types. And everybody knows what to do. Consistent policy. You don't play it every day. You don't change it in every policy, every budget. And in between also, whenever you feel like. Auto industry, as Abdurrahman Sahab said, a car is contributing about 48% in taxes. It is not, taxation is not treated as, in countries who succeed, taxation is not treated as a way to collect revenue. Taxation rates set the direction of the industry. They tell you where the industry is, where the policy makers think it should be within a time frame. That is what the tariff determines. It's not through speeches, it is through tariff. Here, there is no consistent policy. Any day, anything can happen. One fine morning, get up. If you have not exported a certain quantity, you cannot import. Finish. What message are we giving? To the boardrooms in Japan, to the boardroom in Korea, even to the boardroom in China. What message are we giving? There are many things that I can say, but you have a program and people have a certain time. We can always discuss it. I thank you for the opportunity. I assure PAPAM and my friends there, my lifelong friendships here, that Atlas Group will continue to support the industry. And this is something that is very close to our heart. It is not certain events and certain things that change the course of our policy direction. We will continue to support this industry as far as we can, as far as we are allowed to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Razir Rahman. We thoroughly appreciate and acknowledge the support that Atlas Group has always extended to us all. And thank you for sharing some of the insights and addressing the issues that needs addressing. Moving on, I would now like to request the Group CEO of SciTech, Mr. Akil Ahmed, to say a few words.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim and Assalamu Alaikum everyone. Once upon a time, our ancestors during the Stone Age, around 3,500 years BC, invented something which was considered to be a disruption. And that invention, I think everybody knows, is the simplicity of a circle or a wheel. That was a big disruption of that time. Going forward thousands of years, we reached to the first industrial revolution, another big disruption of humankind. Changed everything. But then again, it took around 150 more years to get to internet and its usage. Big disruption. But what has happened actually, if you timeline the human development in terms of industries, you find out that this time is reducing. But what has happened after internet is phenomenal. Every day you find a disruption coming up somewhere in the world, and then it is known to us. So what actually is happening? What is happening is very simple. It tells us the power of collaboration. Earlier we were collaborating in communities, countries, regional, but internet has given the power to be connected and have a collaboration which nobody has seen in the history. In the beginning we were talking about synergization here in the keynote speech. And this is also the theme of this expo this year. So synergy can only happen once we collaborate. We open ourselves. And this is one of the reasons of the disruption that is happening today. Now, other than that, also in our lives, we have disruptions. Sometimes we have a turning point. One turning point happened to me in 1998 when I first went to USA to work on a project. Coming from a developing country, reading the books from the authors of USA and other from the Western world, I was undermining myself. I said I may not be able to survive long. But to my surprise, it was dawned to me that we are not at all to be undermined. As a nation, as individuals, we are wonderful. And then I met people around me in USA, in the Silicon Valley and other places, and I found bright engineers, doctors, architects, and more importantly, entrepreneurs. Wonderful entrepreneurs. And if you go even today, you will find out the biggest entrepreneurs in the Silicon Valley are also coming from Pakistan. So how come the individuals, when they go out to USA and other Western countries, they become entrepreneurs? And Pakistan as a nation is not recognized as an enterprising country. Why there's a mismatch between these two? This is unbelievable. I'll come to it later because I have some time here. But once I came here today in the morning, I just had a short walk, and I saw enterprising organizations, small and medium-sized organizations in the auto industry, making all the parts. And that is the kind of enterprises that we really need in the country. But you know, the interesting thing here, and the catch, I talked about the collaboration. And once we talk about the enterprises, we are actually talking about developing something locally. We can also call it indigenization, which is a very modern way of calling it. But indigenization itself is not enough. Unless and until the indigenization meets excellence, you cannot go beyond what you are. I mean, SciTech is a group of industries, and one of our industries in steel, which is People Steel Mill. I can give you one example from them. Zubairi Saab is sitting here as the managing director of People Steel Mill. I mean, they did indigenization, they went for excellence. They never settled for anything less than the best. If you go to their plant, you find out the best of the equipment, and then they said, okay, we will set the standard. And they are the only or the leading alloy manufacturers in Pakistan. They did indigenization, they went for excellence, and the local market was not enough for them. They said, okay, now we have the excellence, we have proven ourselves locally. They went out. They went to Far East, successful. Then they went to Turkey, they became successful. And then they went to Germany, they became successful. And last year alone, if you look at the last 12 months, they have started and they have got almost $1 million business from them. And I personally went there 3 months ago because for me it was something big. I lived my professional life, most of my years also in Germany. So I was surprised how come we can export to Germany. They are at the high end of technology. But we have done that. And that has come not only through indigenization, but through excellence together. Now coming back to the point why we are not successful as an enterprising nation when the same individual goes outside becomes a big success. I happen to go to different academic universities and colleges, and sometimes I talk to the students and I ask them, tell me about your challenges. What challenges do you have? They give me different examples. We have this challenge, that challenge. But the biggest challenge, which they usually talk, is about what will happen to them when they go out and pass out from the university? Who is going to give them jobs? Now imagine, he's asking about a job. Somebody who passes as an MBA, he's a business graduate, and he says, I need a job. So what we are doing actually in the country, we are creating job seekers and not job creators. And this is the mindset that has now been prevailing. And we are all part of it, including myself. And the same guy, and since he's a job seeker, he doesn't get a job, he goes outside. He goes to USA, he goes to Middle East and other places. And there he becomes an entrepreneur. Because the environment gives him to come out from inside, because he is inside, he is bound. Otherwise, and this has actually come from the environment that we have created. And I can only tell you, because I have the honor of serving the 5 industries that we have under SciTech, and most of them are actually coming from the SOEs, state-owned enterprises. And I can tell you the potential that we had. I mean, some of the SOEs are very old. I mean, you know about Pakistan Machine Tool Factory, established somewhere in 1968. I have HMC, Texila, somewhere in early 70s. And you will see that when you go there, I actually go into a time tunnel. And I find out that when these were established, the vision was very clear in the country. And we were growing also during that time, in the 60s, and we were really making Pakistan as one of the top country in Asia. So what has actually happened? We have lost track somewhere. And since when we started working on it, we realized that why not we reimagine what was established when we were establishing these organizations. And I can tell you, it's only a journey for about 1.5 years. We started reimagining, we started rebuilding, and we started regrowing. And all 3 are happening. Who says that SOEs can be red? All of them are now black and growing like anything. And what we see now today, maybe in the next 2 years, we will have double-digit net profit coming out from the SOEs, which nobody has ever thought will happen. So we have the potential. What we lack today, I mean, people complaining a high interest rate, we have terrorism, this and that. No, these are not the big problem. The big problem is the people management that we have missed in this country. We have never invested in our people. And also as enterprises, we are not investing. So let's work on people. I mean, I can see a lot of Japanese sitting here, which is wonderful. You know the median age of Pakistanis? 20.6 years. Let's call it 21 years. In Japan, it is 49 years. Imagine the potential that we have here in this country. The total population of people living in Pakistan less than 30 years is much more than the total population of Japan. Double the population of Germany. Let's invest here. Let's work together. And at SciTech, we provide the platform. We are ready to work with you. We have our booth here as well. So please join us to build a stronger Pakistan. Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you, Mr. Akil, for drawing a remarkable analysis about the history of Industrial Revolution. And I think therein lies a big opportunity for the entire manufacturers to collaborate with SciTech. May I now request Mr. Farhan from Crown Group to please say a few words.
Honorable foreign delegates, Honorable Chairman PAPAM, Mr. Abdul Rahman Izaz, and all of the dignitaries here, present here today, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zuhair Farhan, and I'm the Business Development Director at Crown Group of Companies. And I would like to thank you all to give me the opportunity to speak here today on behalf of Crown Group. Firstly, I would like to congratulate PAPAM team to organize such a wonderful exhibition yet again for another year. It takes immense effort to actually correspond and manage between multiple stakeholders and be able to pull off such an event. It is allowing so many businesses around the world even to exhibit and gain exposure. This is undoubtedly the best platform to showcase the automotive industry of Pakistan. Alongside, it also works as a very effective gateway between local and international businesses and industries showcasing here in Pakistan. To give you all a very brief introduction of Crown Group, I would like to tell you that about 21 years ago, we started as a spare parts importing company. It was led under the vision and leadership of my father, who is the founder and the chairman, Mr. Farhan Hanif. His simple goal from day one was to build a brand with the foundation of honesty. Now, the term honesty can actually expand in every horizon of business, whether it's giving value to your consumers, suppliers, dealers, distributors, everyone in reality. Simple example of honesty in relation to our business would be to accept all claims for any product sold. I do believe and witness this every day that today such honesty runs in all aspects of our organizational culture as a core value. Following a rich journey, today Crown Group proudly serves as one of the leading consumer brands for 2- and 3-wheeler spare parts in Pakistan. Dealing in over 1,000 products, we have partnered with multiple Chinese companies using their technology to manufacture over 100 products in Pakistan ourselves. Alongside this, we are procuring over 70% of our products locally from the Pakistani market. And we are also exporting to over 5 different countries now. Over the years, we have seen our business model evolve, and now we invest majority of our funds in developing and supporting the local automotive industry of Pakistan. Now, obviously, today, the economic conditions aren't the most favorable for investing and expanding our businesses. However, I do believe, as part of a famous saying, that best opportunities actually present themselves when the economic conditions aren't the best. This is simply because the level of competition and the industrial saturation levels are much lower than normal times. So talking about opportunity, we need to cite for problems that are present. And currently, the biggest problem Pakistan faces is a heavy import bill. Now, the opportunity is to either find products to export abroad or start marketing and selling products that can actually reduce that import bill. So oil actually contributes to this import bill at more than $15 billion annually. And so following these green energy trends and also the subsidy-based support from the government and the policies, Crown Group has taken 2 new initiatives for such ventures. First one is marketing solar panels in partnership with Chinese Tier 1 manufacturers. Secondly, we are also introducing Benling electric scooters for the first time in Pakistan as a joint venture. Both of these brands are also exhibited in our stall that you can view. Lastly, I believe as businessmen in Pakistan, we need to keep taking those leaps of faith as we owe it to this country. It is our constant effort and persistence that will surely change these economic conditions again towards growth and prosperity. I believe bigger businesses, corporations, multinationals, these are the ones that need to play the most important and the most pivotal role in coming together, uniting together to provide hope and motivation for smaller industries, for cottage industries and smaller businesses. This is also one of the main reasons why it is so important for programs and exhibitions like Pakistan Auto Show to keep happening and keep getting full support from all of us. And it should get support in the toughest of conditions in every way possible. It is exhibitions and programs like these that shall revive confidence and growth for all of the stakeholders of our country. I would like to thank you all, especially everyone from the PAPAM management. Thank you so much for listening. Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you, everyone. I know the show the opening has extended a little bit, but we just need your presence for a few more minutes. Thank you all for gathering here today, coming here, taking the time out. We are just going to have a few giveaways, and then we will be going towards the ribbon cutting ceremony. May I request Mr. Raziur Rahman to please come on stage and receive the trophy. May I request Mr. Nadeem Iqbal from Honda Car to please come on stage. May I request Mr. Brigadier Atiq of SciTech to please come on stage. May I request anyone on his behalf, Mr. Brigadier Atiq of SciTech. Mr. Farhan Hanif from Crown Group. Mrs. Zhang Yazu, Deputy Manager, Grand Exhibition. The Council Journal Indonesia, Dr. June Kankoro. Council Journal Japan, Mr. Odagiri Toshio-san. The Council Journal Iran, Mr. Hassan Norain. Sayyid Ahmed Hussaini, President, Iran Association. After the closing, there is going to be a ceremonial ribbon cutting ceremony outside hall number 6. I would request the media personnel to also go there after the closing speech. May I request Mr. Tawfiq Shirwani to deliver the closing remarks?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं कराची के जो हमारे ये दोस्त जिन्होंने ये पैप शो किया है, इनका मैं बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ, क्योंकि हम लोग नॉर्थ से हैं, मैं वाइस चेयरमैन नॉर्थ हूँ, तो इन्होंने यहाँ पर हमें बुलाकर बहुत इज़्ज़त दी। और इसके साथ साथ जो हमारे ये जो पार्टिसिपेट हैं इनका भी मैं बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। एक्चुअली मैं तो यहाँ था नहीं, मैं 14 दिन से चाइना में था और रात ही मैं पहुँचा हूँ। तो मुझे बताया कि जो वाइस चेयरमैन का पीरियड है वो 2 साल का हो गया है। तो इन्होंने फिर मुझे सुबह ही बताया कि नहीं आप अभी कंटिन्यू करेंगे तो आप स्पीच भी करेंगे। तो मैंने कहा मेरे पास अभी मैंने कोई तैयारी नहीं की और वैसे भी अब टाइम हो रहा है इसका रिबन कटिंग का, तो मेरा ख्याल है कोई स्पीच से बेहतर है कि हम लोग उधर जाएं और उधर रिबन कटिंग करें। थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू।
We hope you all enjoy the show that we have put together for yourselves. May I now request for the ceremonial ribbon cutting outside hall number 6. Thank you everyone.